Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace, reporting live here at the Blue Note here in New York City. As you know, here on the Pace Report over the years, I like to introduce and profile musicians that are about to make a dent both here and abroad, both in the music sense as well as artistically. And tonight here at the Blue Note, I'm going to introduce you to a vocalist who hails from Cuba by the name of Cimafunk. Now, Cimafunk has this year played some of the most prestigious festivals to critical acclaim, as well as this past weekend he played Summerstage opening for the legendary La India. Now, his debut record is a myriad of Afro-Cuban rhythms, as well as his love for other styles of Latin music, as well as his love for R&B and funk. Tonight I had a chance to sit down and break bread with Cimafunk over his last 2 nights here, with sold-out performances here at the Blue Note, to talk about his origins, talk about how he started off in medical school and segued into a solo career, as well as talk about what he wants to achieve musically both here and abroad. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the debut of Mr. Cimafunk, live here at the Blue Note. It's part of the Pace Report. Tell me about the response that people are feeling off this new record.
Yeah, I've been like a surprise because I didn't expect. I didn't think in the result when I made the album, and I didn't see in the result when I was putting the band together. I knew that I was having fun, and I liked the music that I was doing at the time, and I put the stuff together. But when the people start to react, was really impact for me and for the musician, because it was really warm. All the people start to learn the songs of the album, all the people start to ask where we're gonna play, where we're gonna play, where we're gonna play. We play, and the people get crazy with the show. There was like a super cool the show, even in the first times of the band when we was like making a lot of mistake in the stage and stuff. The people was just getting like crazy with the band and stuff. So it was it's a surprise. Still being a surprise. Be here in New York for the second time is like a huge surprise again.
Cimafunk, this record, you have all up-tempo songs, and there's only one ballad on this record.
Yeah.
Was that the intent, or did it just, when you were putting this music together organically, all of it was just happy, up-tempo, and upbeat?
Yeah, the scene with this song is that it's not like it wasn't a plan. I made the album in my house with two small speakers and a small sound interface, and with Ableton Live, I just made all the production and I recorded all the stuff. Was an spontaneous process. I tried to keep it that way. I made this song because when I wrote this song was a guy called him Mr. Chords. This is a guy who played guitar like God, and he sing like God. He have some problem in the mouth, like he spoke because he have like some stuff in the body. But until even with that problem, he sing like a beautiful song. He have beautiful song. He came to my house, and we was jamming like since 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. My house, like singing song. And the guy have like a beautiful song. When he left the house, I just get like crazy with that feeling. And I wrote this ballad song. In 20 minutes, I made all the lyrics and the production and stuff, and finished like, okay, it's done. And I wasn't thinking put this song in the album, but my mom learned super fast, and she was like in love with the song. His favorite song, and my cousin also, that they listen all the kind of music. They listen more salsa music and stuff. And when they hear this song, a couple of days after they hear the song, they was in my house. They tell me, man, what is the song that I heard the other day? Like, oh yeah, I say, man, that you like it? Yeah, bro. So I decided just put in the album, and it's worked. The people love the song, and I love it also.
You know, Billboard magazine here in America hails you as one of the top 10 Latin musicians or vocalists to look out for. And Sunday, you just performed. You opened up for La India at Summerstage, and you have just now, tonight is your second sold out night. Man, you are really, really putting your roots here in your American fan base.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's the people. I don't know. It's something. It's communication. I think that at some point the people just feel fine, and I feel fine. I don't know. I just enjoying. And go to the stage, and the people came and they dance and they love the show, and they keep asking where we're gonna play, and they keep supporting in many ways. They keep like we follow you, and that's a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah. Then he wants to show his patience. Look at yourself from the album Colombia. Because you are patience. No patience or patience. Patience from patience. Ya no sé qué hacer contigo. Siempre vienes a lo mismo. Y luego te disgustas cuando te preguntan que tú andas, muchacha. A mí que no me engañas, te digo, yo tengo lo que quieres, por eso es que tú vienes. Y lo comemos, nos apretamos a las 4 manos. Tú me lo vas a hacer. Dime qué es lo que tú quieres, qué es lo que tú quieres, qué es lo que tú quieres. Dime qué es lo que tú quieres, qué es lo que tú quieres.
You know, I have to ask you because this record and your music style, you are from Cuba, but you incorporate Afro-Cuban rhythms. You incorporate a lot of Latin music, different Latin styles of music, and also there's a lot of funk and R&B and soul in this also.
Yeah, I'm a big fan the Afro-Cuban stuff because it's something that you can stay away from that for me it's like inevitable. Every time that I try to make a song, at the end I finish with something of Cuban stuff because I've been hearing that all my life and I have this in my blood. And the funk, I'm a big fan of the funk also. It's impossible that sometimes I try to sing like a ballad or something, but at some point I feel like it's something, this kind of stuff, or James or Ohio Player, this kind of things. I'm a big fan of that. And when you really when I really start to try to mix these things, I didn't was like conscious of what I was doing, but at some point I realized that it's really similar. All the Afro-Cuban movement with the funk stuff, with the R&B soul, it came from the same places mostly. It's groove. The groove came from Africa, you know. It's like this kind of, and everything is like this is Afrobeat. This is fun, but it's the same at the end. You feel like it's the and after the funk, the pop came, and after you know, funky drummer, rappers jamming on that. It's like a super similar. All this movement is just couple punch that they go for other places, and the people put like a style names. But it's super similar. It's the same mostly, and it's super fun when you start to play with that because everything that you put in the tumbao, in the Cuban tumbao, like ging gong ging gong ging gong ging ging gong ding 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 ga. It works. It works. It's good.
Your band, oh my goodness, these guys are executing your musical vision.
Yeah.
That woman that plays the trombone in your band,
Yeah.
she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she's great. Everyone is great in the band. They are executing. It's a common vision. It's not only my vision. It's we all are like like learning each other of the sound and stuff. And Hilaria is still in the school already. She's still studying the school. She's not finished the school. She's super young. And everybody, when we start to play, we start to play with Automo trombone. That she is not here now, but she will arrive for the next show. Is 2 trombones, and she's phenomenal. Also Diana. But when Hilaria started to play with me, many of the all trombone from Cuba, they tell me like this little girl, she have like a all sound. She sound like a all person, and truly, she have this high. It's like a whole space of sound that she full this space with the trombone. She's amazing. She's amazing. I'm in love. I'm in love.
I am too. She adds a whole nother layer, like you said. There's a whole nother element of funk, and also that whole, we go back to what we were talking about earlier, that whole Afro Caribbean. Yeah.
Yeah, you have this flow that the Cuban, the pow ba 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 pow pow ba pow 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 ba da bo bo ba. She put that inside the funk, like God, you know. She got it. She got it. She's amazing. She's amazing. And all the musicians, they got like a special personalities, and that personality, that's the thing that I love of my musician, that they put his personalities in the music, in the show time. So it's honesty when I see them playing or when they make a solo, it's them, and it's good because the people feel it, because I feel it, and the people, I know that they feel it. They don't know how to explain. They just love the band, but they feel it like it is something. It's something that the musicians are trying to say, and they are talking about from themselves. It's not like it's not an order there. I made the arrangement. I made the arrange of the music, the bass stuff, the basic stuff. I make it, but after that the show changed. If you hit the album and you hit the show, it's 100% different. Everything is different. And this is like I sometimes I say like you can play like a ton ton ting 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 con con ting con ting ting ton con ton ting con con ting con ting. Sometimes you can play that, but if you have another good idea better than that, you can do anyway. So sometimes they are just putting like a new stuff. Sometimes not all the time they are putting like new things, new sounds, new rhythms, new groove, and it's more easy, more fun because when you keep playing, and if you make a tour, if you keep playing the same every day, you get bored, man.
Esto dice, ¿cómo está la gente? ¿Cómo tú te sientes? Apretado, apretado, ¿cómo está ese piquete? ¿Cómo está que esa linda? Oye, apretado, 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 apretado. ¿Cómo te queda el pantalón, mami? Apretado, déjate llevar por mi tumba. No, apretado, we want the mambo, mambo. Tú esa carne que tú tienes a tu lado, apriétala, apriétala. No me pongas cara de tonta, no te hagas la vieja que yo no ando mareado. Apriétala, apriétala, ay, linda. Cuando la veas por ahí, no me digas nada, corre, baby, apriétala, apriétala, mami, ven, ven, déjate llevar por mi tumba. Apretado, apretado. Enséñame más, vamos. Tú quieres funky, mami, tú quieres funky, linda, ven, 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 ven. Yo te lo traigo atravesado, atravesado. Tú quieres funky, mami, tú quieres funky, linda, ven, 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 ven. Que Cimafunk en la casa pa' ver lo que pasa, pa' ver lo que pasa contigo.
Are there any other Latin music styles that you prefer to listen to more than any other while you living in Cuba?
Yeah, it's not that I prefer or no. It's just that I grew up listening music from Cuba. like Latin music, but made in Cuba, like Bam Bam, like Enejela Banda, is the new generation. Uh, who was a lot of people, Benny More, Landeng, and Bry Fernandez. I grew up listening that kind of music from Cuba because Cuba is music everywhere, but it's a lot of music from Cuba, made in Cuba. The people is fan to that band of salsa and timba, and I grew up listening that, so I have this influence more than other stuff. I'm a big fan of merengue. I'm a big fan of Juan Luis Guerra. I believe that it's super complicated for me, like playing with that music styles. But mostly in my how I say, in my influence, I have this influence from Cuba. So I made these things in my music: the changui, the songo, la timba, bolero, this kind of stuff from Cuba. And in Cuba is so many Cuban rhythms that came from the Afro-Cuban movement, and they are part of this Afro-Cuban movement, and is in a lot of stuff of the Cuban music that I don't know, like rhythms and styles, and sing the Mozambique, cha-cha-cha, mambo, pilón. There's a lot of la habanera también. It's a lot of music style that I don't know it, but and I have a couple influences of that, but I want to know better the music stuff in Cuba, and after maybe start to try other kinds of styles.
Your journey is very interesting. I did a lot of research on you.
Yeah.
The name Cimafunk goes back to Africa, and there's a serious story behind the meaning of why you decided to name the band Cimafunk.
Yeah, of course. It's personal. I have the sister of my grandmother. She started to tell me the history of the family, and she tell me that we came from a guy that he was a slave, and he get out from the slavery too, and he was living in Pinar del Rio, my hometown. After that, I get super involved in all these shares from where I come from, what was the culture, what was the place, what was the country that he came from, why my last name, because I have this last name, Iglesias Rodríguez. It's not like African last names and this kind of thing. All this kind of movement, and at the end, I didn't find many answers. The only answer that I found, like really serious, was the music stuff and all the legacy of the Afro-Cuban black people, of the African people that was slave in Cuba. So in that moment, all this slave was living in the house of the master, was part of that slave that escaped from the house, and they was calling cimarrones. Okay, I feel like super identified with them. And in New Orleans, when I go there, we was start to talking, and I think that you call them maroons. You call them maroons. So for me, it's like it's and one element that define a lot of the Afro-Cuban style, sound, visuality, concept of life, concept of the speech, concept of give the face to the stuff, and just decide the things. And for me, it was like a push for do my stuff and my life. And at the same time, I was looking for a name. I was saying like I need a name, but I don't want to call my rooms, because it's not like it's too specific to that. And I'm making other stuff. I'm making funk also. I love the funk. So I say maybe if I put Cimafunk, that would be like and man, I found this, and it was like man, when you find something that you're 100% like happy, and you say, oh, this is what we need. So it was great. When I found the name, I just say like yes, I feel fine. It's serious. It's honest. I feel good, and it's like it's me. It's speaking about me and about a lot of people also. So I feel like a super commitment with this kind of movement, because in Cuba you have the Afro-Cuban sound, the Afro-Cuban movement. The most part of the information that a lot of people have from that, it was from the black people that was living in the house of the master, the slaves. The rhythms that the slave made in the parties in the house of the master, the clothes that they was wearing, the god that they was having in this house of the master. But the people that was living in freedom, hiding in the forest, they create communities. In Cuba was a lot of community of Cimarroms. They called that communities palenques, and they was living hiding from the Spanish colony, but they was freedom. They was free. They was free, like, and they was creating and stuff there because they made the parties there. Kids born in that places with this kind of culture that maybe you can find like a black people from Nigeria, but from different tribes, with different kind of culture. And all these people was for some reason they was living together in the same village with the same enemy or the same objective, and they was like creating like a new style with all the kind of feeling. All the feeling that was like they take you from your home, they drop you here to work, and you escape. You have this angry, you have this nostalgic, you have all this feeling, and they was making all the kind of culture there. That for me is mostly of the Afro-Cuban movement. That for me is like this kind of stuff that I try to. It's not a lot of research of that because the most people that write about it was the Spanish people or people that came from other places, but they wrote some stuff. Part of these things maybe it was true, maybe not, but in that time, we didn't wrote books and we didn't wrote biography. It was mouse to mouse. Everybody was talking and transmit the information in another generation. But for me, the Cimarron, this kind of feeling is more the Afro-Cuban thing than the other thing. You don't create the same if you are a slave. That is, you are a free man.
Did all of this have an impact on the songs that you write? And also, in addition to the songs that you write, how you want people all over the world to perceive a person of Afro-Cuban descent?
I just try to transmit happiness, like a good feeling, because at the end is when you see the history, and all the history is pain everywhere. Is pain, is suffering everywhere, and everybody's talking the pain, everybody's talking about the suffering. You look at the news and you see pain, suffering, and that sequence of that sequence of hear that every day, the only result that give you is that you see that normally. You see now the bad things, you see like normal things because you see every day because everybody's talking about that all the time. So it become a normal and common thing. And I just want to try to talk about happiness, about feel fine. Follow follow it's a feeling that you can like feel good and you can enjoy your time. If it's 1 hour a show, if it's when you hear a song, or if it's when we cross in the street, and if it's when you eat, when you have sex, whatever, feel fine. Try to feel fine. Try to enjoy your time of life because that's the most important. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you think. What is really happening is that your time go. The time is gone. So my message is feel fine, enjoy your time, and feel fine with yourself. Try to know yourself. Try to enjoy yourself, because it's a gift to be here, and it's a gift go to a concert. It's a gift go to play on the stage. All this is a gift, and you have to take the advantage of that time. And if you want, I try to do all time. I'm trying to feel fine and sing. So that's my message. That's what I'm trying to say. All the Afro-Cuban movement, I believe that the people see when they saw you in the stage, and they see the groove, and I'm black, man, and my rhythm is black rhythms. The 90% is like funk black, Afro is black. It's like the danceable music mostly is black.
African rhythms.
Yeah. So you don't have to say nothing. You just have to enjoy what you are, and the people should feel that connection and it happen. Yeah.
liebre enredado, feliz de mi enamorado. Baby, Cimafunk, no, soy como una roca en el zapato de mareado. Tanto hace tanto castiga, hace rato que me quedo con mi mandado. Justo de aquel desacato, que vivía yo cuando no tenía comida en el plato. Y sobrevivía con un sentimiento nato, evaporando los socatos bajo mi piel. Y como fue, puede respirar el ñato. Ando funk y me gusta jugar a gente. Y pongo tremendo regato, relajado. I'm waiting for you, baby, man. That's all I'm gonna do, yeah. I'm waiting for you, baby, man. That's all I'm gonna do, yeah. I'm waiting for you, baby, man. That's all I'm gonna do, baby, man. I'm waiting for you, baby, man.
Your journey is very interesting. Your whole family are in the medical industry, doctors and nurses, and you were originally in medical school back in your home of Cuba, and you decided to just diametrically go against the grain and follow your pursuit of music. What led you to this journey?
The music take me. The music take me. I didn't was uh, so focused in the medical school. I was like a pretty. I was missed. I was failing in that. So my family, even my mom is psychology and psychometrist, and my auntie is surgeon, my cousin is surgeon. They always are like, all my aunties are like professional stuff, and always they have been like good in they were, everybody know them for good. So my destiny, it wasn't be good in medicine. So when I just decide to stop that for my music, was because I feel that with the music, I was feeling fine. I didn't have like all the organization. I didn't have. I was zero in organization of what you're gonna do next if you stop to study medicine. You have been here 3 years, so you almost finish. After you finish, you can start to work and you can like be a professional in this, and your family gonna be happy and stuff. But when the music catch me, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I was like, after I came the first time to La Habana, and I saw a show of Ray Fernandez. Ray Fernandez is a showman for me. He's one of the best showmen. He impacted me, but he impacted me that time so strong that I back to Havana, and I think that 3 months just sinking in stop to do what I was doing and try to transmit the same feeling that he transmit to me. So I was focusing that until I explode and say to my family, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna move to Havana, to the capital, and I'm gonna try to make music. And they was like okay, because you're gonna be like a really bad doctor. And the support and was pretty good. We found like the right way to figure out. I was most part of the first 3 years I was doing other stuff for survive and trying to figure out where to live and stuff. Because you go to the capital, it's the same if you came from New York without family in New York. You got to figure out and work in other things. But at the end, I figured out the way to start to make chorus with couple musicians. I start to get involved in the music environment in La Habana. And many people receive me. And Ray Fernandez, that was the first word that I have because I keep following this guy. I get friend. He's my good friend now. He's one of my teachers in that kind of in the music and in the show because this guy is a show. And Jody Toledo also, David Torren also, Interactivo, that is the band that I belong already. I still playing with them. It's a big jazz funky timba band. It's insane. They have like a seven singers and maybe 14 musicians, and every musician have their own project. Every musician is like a heavy, and they put together one day on the week, and they poof, blow away. And all these people support, and at the end I figure out a way to start to live from music. I start to live from making chorus, and I start to live from play my songs with interactivos. I start to make other project. That was Los Boy. That was the first serious project where I start to produce music. And with Los Boys I start to travel in the cruise ship. We was for 8 months working in a cruise ship and singing cover from James Brown, from Marvin Gaye, Ohio Players, Lionel Richie, who else? A lot of people. Al Green, a lot of cover of Al Green and Bill Withers.
So it really taught you.
Yeah.
It taught you because you speak fluent English.
Yeah.
By singing all those songs, you picked up the King's English by literally interpreting those songs.
Yeah. No, I love this music, and I love this artist, and they help me a lot in the melody and in the show and in the English also. Yeah, I learn for them, for keep trying to do that music. Stevie Wonder and Michael, we just make a band for make covers and start to learn how was the feeling of the kind of groove, because it was like how they do that, how they do this, how they sing, how they put the words in time so well. You know, how they respect the silence so well, where you have to put the empty space. And I get like a super fan of all this movement in the cruise ship. Was the time, especially was 8 months fully with that music, fully trying to understand. I don't understand well also, but I keep trying. Marcel Parker say that it's important what you don't play. It's super important. What you play is good, but what you don't play is important. Where you're gonna be, where you're gonna put the space, the empty space. I get super fan of that, and I keep trying to learn more and more. Keep trying to learn about it.
Cimafunk, what does music mean to you?
Music helped me to find myself. She helped me to figure out the way, and she gave me the courage to go to some place where I am more myself. She gave me that kind of she pushed me like try to figure out yourself, because when you are in front of a lot of people, you have to say something, and if you say something that is not, that don't have to be with you, you are lying. And when you lie, the people see when you are lying. You know, some people just accept, but some people no. But even if they accept, you don't have a good time there, because if you are lying, you just are lying. You are not feeling. So the music helped me to knowing myself and try to transmit myself with parameters of communication in the songs, in the speech, in whatever I do is like she helped me to say like try to be you, try to do by yourself, try to be you, try to enjoy yourself. like to know yourself, and that's for me is the most precious gift that that the music gives me.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at the Blue Note here in New York City. I'd like to personally thank and congratulate the talented Cimafunk for his time. Make sure you go visit him online. Also, make sure you go out and support his brand new debut record, which is now available on iTunes as well as Amazon.com and CD Baby. I'd like to personally thank the staff and management here at the Blue Note for their warm hospitality. As always, please visit my website, thepacereport.com, for my weekly column, as well as my past segments, as well as please like, share, and subscribe to my videos both here on YouTube and Vimeo. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.
Esto dice, ¿cómo está la gente? ¿Cómo tú te sientes? Apretado, apretado, ya. ¿Cómo está ese piquete? ¿Cómo